Okay, oops. Oh, shit. What the fuck is this doing? Anyway, if you just hit that same button and, with nothing selected, it'll zoom extend, so just ignore all these other fucking buttons. Um, when you're making copies of something, like, we got that, you hit, you know, you hold shift, but, you can make it an instance or whatever, but you can actually have it copied more than one by that same offset. So that's kind of useful. Okay, now if you remember, we created, these objects as an instance of this object, which of itself I think was an instance of this object. It's hard to tell, but see, that's not in bold. These are in bold. That means they're instances. So I'm going to try an experiment too. Shift. Let's copy 2, but let's try to do it as a reference and see what happens. Okay. Now you can see there's a difference in, that up there. So, that's the difference. Now, let's say we wanted to go and like scale this sucker. Okay, that doesn't really affect the other objects. Unlike this, let's see, which probably won't do anything either. Hold on. Yeah, you got to modify the parameters. There's no, because again, like I said, you can't just transform them like that. Let's see how that works. It makes it look like more like toilet paper. Okay, but instances work bidirectionally, so that's why I can change it like that, and have it affect the previous instances, even though I'm working on an instance, copy of a copy. But this, is just a reference, so I can't, like, I guess, accidentally go change it. So, but, maybe I can if I select it. So, but I guess just by default, you know, it doesn't allow you to select it by default, but, you can, if you go and select it, but you're actually modifying the base object, not the instance directly. So it's just a reference. Yeah, but that's why, like I said, I could go scale one of these and it doesn't affect anything because I'm not actually changing the object itself. But this helps you, if you wanted to create chairs and have them be all a bunch of instances, I can change their orientation and all that shit without it affecting the other objects. But still, I can go modify the base object if I want, and change its parameters. So, like so. So, like I said, so if I change its, you know, rotation or whatever, it doesn't matter. I can go grab any of these objects, and still affect it, without it adjusting its its actual object. So that helps you when you're animating. So, if you had a bunch of chairs, you wouldn't want to move one and have it move all of them, that kind of thing. And apparently that instancing can apply to lights and materials too, which I can see lights being very valuable, so you just have to change the value of one light, without changing them all. So, I mean, I can see that being, and supposedly materials too can be instanced like that. I don't know how you break one out of an instance. I'm sure there's some way of doing that, but anyway, make unique would probably do it. Maybe. No, apparently not. Anyway, I'm sure there's some way of removing it from that catalog, but sure if I converted it, it would be different. Okay, I figured it out. So basically, again, we can still change it, but if I go to like this one, hell, let's just do this one. You got to select on the tube, and then if I go make unique, okay, that changes it towards a unique object. Now if I change it, see, it's not altered like it was before.